This is going to be a quick one. I already did a top 10 figures, so I'm going to do a worst 10. These are the worst figures I've ever owned. I own some of them still, but there's a few on here that I'm going to make this quick. This is not going to be a long video. Also, I'm not doing honorable mentions, cause I don't want to spend that long on this list. Number 10 is Figma Femto. I already talked about why this figure is bad in my last video, just kind of as like a throwaway thing. So if you really want to hear why, it's just because it's bad. Number 9 is Vile, and again, this is something that I already talked about in my last video, so these first two are just of no surprise, I'm sure. This one, I can't even get his thing back on anymore. Yeah, this one sucks, and I hate D-Arts. D-Arts are trash. Number 8, I actually don't have anymore. It's the Mezco Catwoman. I don't like Mezco figures in general, I guess, but I also really don't like their female stuff, and that's kind of what made me drop the line. They have shit articulation. Both their elbows and their knees barely go past... I'm sorry. They don't go past 90. They are a 90-degree joint. And it sucks. And, you know, I'm paying like 80 bucks for these figures. I should not be having this backwards-ass early 2000s articulation. It's bad. And I don't have her anymore, so I can't throw her, so I'm just going to throw Vile again. Number 7 is Figuarts Gotenks. This figure is also, I hate it. Subjectively, he never came with a base head, and that's my favorite, like, form of Gotenks, I guess. And they never advertise that, but I'm still upset about it. And then, in general, he just doesn't really move all that good, and he's too small. Actually, he's not small enough as far as like scaling goes, but from a figure standpoint, he's too small. And for number 6, it's the Mafex Stormtrooper. This one upset me. I mean, I only got it for like $20, but at the same time, this was the early days of Mafex, and while their sculpts are okay, they were a little too big, and in general, they popped off way too easily. And this thing is impossible to get. Okay, I guess it's not impossible to get in any pose that I like, but like, it just falls apart in your hands. You know, you're just messing with it a little bit, and it's like, I don't have a torso no more. So that's pretty dumb. He just pieces. Absolute pieces. Number 5 is another one that I don't own anymore. It's the Figuarts Injustice version Superman. Small, bad cape. I guess fine articulation. The hands, I always felt like I was going to break the hands. They were way too tight on those little ball joints. But yeah, bad figure. And again, I don't have them, so I'm going to throw Vile for a third time. Number 4 is the Multiverse Mutant Leader. From their DC Multiverse. This is just on that bad He-Man body that I hate, and not to discredit He-Man. I think it's, you know, a great toy line, and you know, people who like it are cool. But these figures aren't good at all. Neither is this one, and this is the only one that I own on that body. And they didn't even give him the little nipples. He's got little pointy nipples in the comic. They didn't give him the nipples. So, what do I do with this? I throw it! Yeah, number 3 is the Diamond Select Timeless Pete. I'm the only one who buys these, and I'm fully aware of that. But this one sucks. This one sucks because they made a regular Pete, and he's okay. I mean, he doesn't move all that much, but I'm not expecting them to move. Then they make this one, and he's tiny. I wish I had brought the other one, because he's like a solid 2 inches shorter than him. And it's bad. And he can't even move his arms. He can't even... My number 2 slot, it just goes to all female Marvel Legends. All of them. And I'm going to try to talk about them because I'm going to be overlaying footage of me whacking one to shit with a hammer over this part. So their elbows don't go past 50 degrees, and they're single elbows, and that's a big problem for me because you can do single elbows well. Look at Figma, look at some Figuarts, look at a bunch of stuff. You can do single jointed elbows with that plastic. Like, I know a lot of people would say, like, oh, you can't have the ball coming out because Hasbro uses too fragile plastic. No, the smaller portions in the existing female Marvel Legends, they're even smaller than it would be for that. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. I'm really fed up with female Marvel Legends, especially just now getting out of Marvel Legends. They're upsetting. I guess I'll leave this in here. I really expected this thing to just turn to dust. And it didn't. I guess they're pretty okay. Number 1, still Mezco Dread. I like him, but he's not a good figure.